Well, it may be summer, but it's all about Christmas for the Wisconsin Schooner Coast. And the Schooner Coast wants you to learn about just that important Lake Michigan history and how important it is to our great state. Joining us this morning, we've got Monica Bear from the Wisconsin Schooner Coast and Captain Tiffany Crewan from the SV Dennis Sullivan. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning.
So let's explain this Christmas tree ship history in Wisconsin, that for many years, Wisconsin supplied Christmas trees to places all over the country.
That's right. Enterprising schooner captains would load up their ships with Christmas trees in northern Michigan, travel down to Chicago, dock along a bridge, and sell Christmas trees to Chicago residents. And it was a great industry for them.
And one of the ships that you're featuring is the Rouse Simmons. Is that how you pronounce it?
Rouse Simmons, yes. The Rouse Simmons was traveling from Michigan down to Chicago in 1912 when she encountered a storm on Lake Michigan and unfortunately sank. But she is one of our most famous schooners because of that lore that she had. And in fact, at the Wisconsin Maritime Museum this weekend, we have an exhibit of schooner paintings and a number of paintings on the Christmas tree ship that really bring her to life and show her in all her glory. So that's exciting. And
Captain Tiffany Crewan, what do you think of these captains that used to line their ships with Christmas trees? Interesting cargo.
Yeah, definitely interesting. And considering the time of year that they were doing that here in the lakes, it can be pretty rough in November.
Yeah, that shipwreck was November 22nd, 1912. Can you imagine bringing Dennis Sullivan out that late in the season?
I have once, and it wasn't much fun. It was pretty cold.
So not one of those perhaps ill-advised profit-seeking trips, right?
Right, ours was for maintenance. So.
Okay. All right. And that's just one part of what you're featuring this summer. Tell us some of the other activities you guys have going on the Schooner Coast.
So the schooner activity, or the schooner exhibit, opens this weekend at the Wisconsin Maritime Museum and continues through December 31st. And then next weekend, we are having Christmas tree ship conversations at the Wisconsin Maritime Museum in Manitowoc and then the Door County Maritime Museum in Sturgeon Bay. So we were bringing in author Rochelle Pennington. She's written 2 books about the Christmas tree ship, so she knows all about it. And she's actually, and this is really neat, bringing in artifacts from the Christmas tree ship. So you get to see those over the weekend.
I know that parents watching this, when they think of things to bring their kids to, they're thinking, what's going to be hands-on? What's going to be things where the kids can spend some energy? What would be the best advice you'd have for them?
Well, one of the things at the Wisconsin Maritime Museum is we have a World War II submarine that's docked alongside the museum, and kids love exploring that. They get to see the passageways, they get to pull levers, they get to look at the guns on the deck, so that's really interesting. And then later on in the end of June, we have the Dennis Sullivan docked at the Wisconsin Maritime Museum and traveling the coast, so that's a great kids activity.
And Captain, we've already seen the Dennis Sullivan out there. I know it ends up in the background of a lot of wedding pictures down there at the Milwaukee lakefront. If people want to get on board, how do they do that this summer?
Well, they can either join us on the Schooner Coast. We have a couple overnight trips, actually, kind of a bucket list for people, for families. So if they ever wanted to sail the coast that way, or at Discovery World, we do day sails most days of the week.
And what age is the minimum to get on board for those activities?
Well, I mean, it's open to any age, even the little toddler. They obviously can't help us raise sail, but they're still welcome to come on board, and anybody from a toddler all the way up.
All right. Any last things you want to point out before we wrap it up?
Yeah, we have a wonderful free Schooner Coast Savings Passport. So it's a tourist guide to traveling to 5 different communities along the coast, and there's great deals for bed and breakfast, restaurants, hotels all along the coast. So we love Milwaukeeans to come on down.
All right. Monica, Tiffany, thank you both so much for being here this morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
And for more information on Wisconsin's Schooner Coast, you can head to our website, today's TMJ4.com, and click on links.